these streets. Right? I'm just looking crazy, right? So I finally orient myself, finally figure out where I need to go, walk these 2 blocks down, get to my room, pay for my room, get my hotel key, get up here to the 4th floor, get into my room. And then by that time, like, I had been on, quick little flight from Tampa to Atlanta, 2-hour layover, and then, 15-hour trip from Atlanta to Tokyo to Haneda. So by that point in time, it was like, look, I didn't have to use this airplane bathroom except to pee. I'm ready for this, but now it's time to go. It's time to do my thing, man. So I go and sit down on this toilet, and it's a bidet toilet, right? It's one of these new age with controls and whatever else, and like they're easy to understand because also in English. And then I sat down this thing. I was like, "Oh, what's this?" It's a heated seat. I expected it's cold, right? It's cold, right, bro? I'm expecting to sit my ass on some cold porcelain, right?
Yeah.
And when it's actually room temp, you weren't expecting that. You like, hold on, bro, what's this? This feels wrong. What's happening? So I sat my ass down on this toilet and did my thing, man. So, did everything to do, went to, wipe and all that kind of stuff. Trying not to get too graphic. So then came the time to get up, pull my pants up, and put on the belt, go wash my hands, all that kind of stuff. Man, I went to get up, and all of a sudden I heard, I was like, what the fuck is this? I look
that
over
shit
my
about
shoulder.
to shoot that shit back at you.
Bro, this shit shot up like an instrument stuck up like this. I was like, oh, what's this? Bro. It did that, stop for half a second, and then proceeded to shoot a jet stream of water, literally to my shoulder length and height. I ducked out the way, like, oh, what's this? Hold on, bro.
This is great.
Like I said, it had the instructions. Bro. I immediately pressed stop on that shit. It shot water. It shot water onto the floor, right onto the tile. And I'm like, man, this is that bullshit. And like, I was just like, what if I hadn't have known what this was? What if I did not know how to stop this? It could have caused fucking flood damage or something crazy. Or obviously I would have got some help way too early. But before it got to that point. But it would have been, I had to ask somebody to help me. Like the desk is hit or miss on how well the person speaks English at the time, right? I've had people down there at the desk that speak pretty good English. That speak that basically, I can make my way through conversation by body language or whatever else, right? So. But bro, the main thing I was stuck on was it shot the water and it jumped up to shoulder length and height. And I'm like, bro, would I have been injured had I not like I wasn't braced for that.
I guess we'll never know.
Bro, can you imagine how y'all would have clowned me? Like, yeah, man, James out of action for 2-3 weeks with a bruised asshole. Like, what? Like, bro, nah, man. It can't go down like that. Luckily, it didn't go down like that. But your boy, I got trip insurance, and like, if I got to go to the hospital for something like a fall or something crazy, lost luggage, missed trip, I'm covered for that. But that's a hell of a story to tell.
Yeah. I had to put the show on pause for a couple weeks until you were healthy enough to resume.
Well, first off, you know me. I wouldn't have told you none of this shit. We're taking that one to the grave. Like,
you did what in Japan? What?
Look, you're like, nah, man. The automatic toilet just shot water up my asshole and just injured me. Like, nah, that story's never getting around from James. You'll never that story's never seen a light of day from anybody. I don't give a damn.
So you mentioned Tokyo is much like New York. So when I think about New York, I think of scammers. Has anyone tried to catch, like, in your way of coming out the airport, just walking around, like, has there been, have you seen anyone trying to run the scams over there? Has anybody tried to reel you in, with some kind of con?
No, but luckily, I think it's because they know, or I think it's because like I'm a gaijin, and they're not trying to waste their time trying to translate the scam over. So the other day I was leaving at the station, at the local station, but walked my 2 blocks, and I saw somebody on the street with paperwork in his hand, trying to talk to anybody he saw, trying to get them. It felt like that person that's sitting in the middle of the walkway at the mall, right, where they just like, hey, what you doing right now? All they trying to do is get you to divert their attention, or divert their eyes towards them, and they know that like people ain't rude enough to just be like, fuck off, I ain't got time.
Right.
And so I saw him do it to 2 people, and then like I walked by, and he saw me. He just kept it. He didn't even try. I was like, yeah, I don't know the fuck you talking about.
Scammers got to get on their job,
But
anyone dressed like Masahiro Chono, you happen to see anywhere out the corner of your eye or anything? You being followed like the KGB, like anything?
No, I have yet to
look
see
out
someone
for
dressed like they're in the Matrix. No, I have not seen that yet. But what I will say is this, man. I have been to Korakuen Hall at this point twice. No, 3 times. 3 times. I went to Seedlings year-end show, I went to Oz Academy's year-end show, and I went to Ice Room's year-end show. I've been to Tokyo Dome City Hall for the Glade show, Glade version 4. I've been to Budokan Hall already for the New Year's Day show for Noah. I went to Sumo Hall for Dream Queendom, and let me tell you what I have not experienced yet. I've been in groups with hundreds of people, groups with thousands of people. I ain't been through one metal detector yet. Also, one thing I've noticed, like just walking through this heavily populated city, I have not seen very much of any police presence. I haven't seen anybody in a cop car that was a Suburban. I have not seen any militarized vehicles that belong to the Tokyo PD. I ain't seen none of that. I've seen a couple cops, and like they low key. You walk by them, and if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't even have noticed, right? And like, it's kind of freeing. I gotta say, it's kind of freeing to be able to go into a building with like Somo Hall when there's almost 4,000 people, to go to Budokan Hall and there's nearly 10,000 people, and not have to worry about like, is someone going to bring a gun here? Do we need metal detectors? And like, it was funny because like, I was on a FaceTime, or I was on a basically the equivalent of a FaceTime call, like through Messenger with my mom, and I was walking to the 7-Eleven that's a block away, and she was like, "You really like looking into your phone, like your head ain't on a swivel?" I was like, "Well, one is broad day, and like it's just like I couldn't fully express to her in that moment. Is like, this place feels so much. I know what you're saying, Mom, but like this place don't feel like America, where like you can get stuck up at any point if you're not paying attention, called lagging. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure. They
out there.
I'm sure Sono Ghetto is out here, right? I ain't experienced it yet, but I just gotta say, like, compared to all the times we go to Ybor or Central St. Pete, South St. Pete, whatever else, and it's not even nearly that vibe. Like, it ain't like going into some club, that's downtown Tampa and there's metal detectors. It's not the same thing at all. And it was just something to that where it's like, okay, what's the worst thing they're gonna do? Pull a knife? Okay.
we can live with that, right?
Right, like, I mean, like, you know what it is, like, you get stuck up regardless of whatever weapon they got on you. You give it up, or you're gonna have to scrap it out, or maybe possibly lose your life, right? You know what that game is, right? But it is so much more less fearful that, like, someone has a knife than someone has the blicky.
Right.
So
we got a couple comments. So, like,